Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Prakatwork. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a bronzy, glowy, super glam look on my beautiful model Sonali. I'm starting off with the Urban Decay primer portion, which is a primer for the eyelids which helps your eyeshadow stay in place, intact without creasing and lasts all day long. So I'm taking a little bit of the product in a flat brush and applying it all over her lids. I'm going to repeat the same on both the eyes and let it set. And then I'm going ahead and taking the NYX Wanderlust Palette, which is a multi-purpose palette which has this brown contour color, and I'm taking some in my blending brush and I'm applying it on her crease. I'm doing this in a windshield wiper motion with very soft circular motions. Once I'm done applying the same contour color to the crease on both eyes, I'm then going ahead and taking the Rimmel shadow stick in the shade Bad Girl Bronze, and I'm going to apply it and scribble it all over her lids, right above her lash line, exactly under the crease color that we added just a while back. And then I'm taking the same blending brush and I'm blending out any harsh lines and making sure the shadow color is seamlessly blended into the crease color. After repeating the same on both eyes, I'm taking the Maybelline Colossal Kajal, which is a jet black, waterproof, smudge-proof Kajal pencil, and I'm tightlining her upper waterline. This makes sure that your lashes look fuller and thicker. Now I'm taking the Coloupop Cosmetics Candyman Super Shock Cheek Shadow, and I'm applying it to the inner corner of her eyes so that it makes her eyes brighter and makes it pop. Using the same product and the same flat brush, I am also highlighting under her brow bone. Now taking this golden bronze shade on the same flat brush that I did earlier, I'm applying it on the center of her eyelid, exactly where I can feel her eyeball be. Like, I'm not going all over the lid, but I'm placing it gently only on the area where the eyeball be, right in the center of her lid, so that the color would pop. Now I'm sticking on a pair of falsies from Ardell, which is the natural multi-pack one, and I'm taking it and I'm applying it close to her lash line so it looks as natural as possible. Now taking the Farsali Unicorn Essence, I'm applying a few drops to her entire face. I'm using this to prep her skin before I go ahead and do my concealer and foundation. I'm taking a wet sponge and I'm making sure the product is well settled into her entire skin. I should make sure that the product is nicely soaked up into the skin. And now that the skin is prepped, we are moving on to the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations for a lightweight, sheer, almost natural skin-like finish. I'm using this in the shade 12 and blending it with my wet sponge to make sure the product is seamlessly blended throughout the skin. To brighten her under eyes, I'm using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the shade 10, which is a lighter color, and I'm applying it under her eyes and on the bridge of the nose to highlight these areas. Taking a blending brush, I am blending out and moving the product that I've applied under her eyes a little bit, and whatever is left in my brush, I'm sort of using that little bit of that product to the center of her nose and also the center of her forehead in between her brows. And any other product that is left still on the brush, I'm not taking any extra. I'm just using that under her cheekbones where I would contour. Right under that, I'm just brightening it a little bit. I wanted the top of the lip to be also brightened, so I'm just sweeping a few strokes there. Using the same NYX Liquid Drop Foundation formula, but in the shade 16, which is about 2 shades darker than her skin, I am using it to contour. I'm applying some on the hollows of her cheek, right above the area where it brightened, and I am blending it. And once I'm done blending it, whatever is left in the brush, I am bringing it down to the jawline as well to contour under her jaw. I'm also using the same brush to blend out the sides of her nose to contour them a little bit. And once I'm done with it, I move on to continuing to blend the under eyes, because I like it when the under eyes sets a little bit, because this liquid foundation is quite watery, so I like to let it sit in the under eyes for a bit and then blend it, so it gives me like an easier sort of texture to play with. Once I'm done blending it, I am going ahead and setting it with the Hydra Touch Powder from NYX again. This powder is actually a weightless pressed powder that gives us pretty good buildable coverage, and it has a matte finish, and it can be actually applied dry or wet, and now I'm applying it dry because I just wanted to set and mattify the under eyes. And in place of a blush, I'm using the NYX Illuminator in Chaotic, one of my personal favorite products, and this adds warmth to the skin, like it gives it this golden pink sheen, and this also brightens the cheeks and gives it a very lit from within glow. Once I'm done with that, I'm going ahead and continuing to complete my eye look, for which I'm using the same Rimmel shadow stick in the shade Bad Girl Bronze, and I'm lining her bottom waterline. And I'm using a pencil brush to smudge out that shadow under her waterline. This will give it a very diffused shadow look. Now, to darken the waterline and define it better, I'm using the Maybelline Colossal Kajal in black, and I'm lining her waterline. After applying the black kohl, I felt like the brown wasn't stark enough or thick enough, so I went ahead and touched up the brown under the waterline with the same Rimmel shadow stick in Bad Girl Bronze. Now, going back into the same eyeshadow palette, I'm taking the highlighter color, which is the Champagne Gold, and highlighting the inner corners of her eyes with the pencil brush. For contour, I'm using the LA Colors I Love Makeup Contour Palette, and I'm taking this dark brown shade, and I'm going to be warming up her face and bringing back the definition to her face, using it under the jawline, under the cheekbones, and in general around the face if you want to bring back that warmth. Now I'm taking the L'Oreal Superstar Mascara, and I'm going to be using the mascara to just make sure that the false lashes and her actual lashes are like adhered together. This is important when you're using false lashes for yourself. Now, taking the BH Pro Ultimate Brow Palette, I am taking this eyeshadow in dark brown, and I'm going to be filling in her already pretty well defined eyebrows with an angled brush. If there are any spaces or gaps, that's what I'm filling. I'm not really overdrawing or filling it too much. To add that extra J.Lo glow that I want coming through on her face, I'm taking the Coloupop Cosmetics Candyman in a small blending brush, and I'm applying it on the areas where I usually highlight, like the high planes of her cheekbones, center of her nose, above her brow bone, on top of her lip, and anywhere else I want that extra glow to be added. To make a custom nude brown shade, I'm taking the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shades Ruffle Trim and Teddy and mixing it up to create the shade that I want for her lips. So that I can make the lips glowy as well, I'm adding some of the highlighter to the center of her lips with my fingers and blending it out. Add sheen to her body and neck and wherever else her skin is exposed. I am adding the Golden Beige shade Illuminator from Kryolan. Now, taking the Champagne Gold powder from the highlighter from the NYX palette, I'm highlighting exactly on her collarbones and on her neck to make the bones pop and to make the shimmer seem a little more dramatic. Now I'm taking some lip balm and I am applying it with my fingers to her lips to bring out that glow sheen to her lips without making it be too glossy or sticky. And that's how we created the J.Lo glow bronzy sun-kissed look on my darling beautiful model Sonali. We had an absolute blast recording this. I hope you guys enjoyed it too, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.